Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome to 7:10 in the morning. It is Sunday. Yes, I repeat, Sunday, the 25th of January. Massive welcome to you all, whether you've been with me before or not. But yes, welcome to those who have been with me from the very start. Welcome to any that have been scooped up along the way and are still hanging on. And welcome to anybody brand new. It's really good to see you. I hope you like, subscribe, do the things. It will be really good to see you again. So, where am I? Well, yes, firstly, it's Sunday. I took the day off yesterday. It wasn't quite, well, I suppose it was a bit of a sickie because I was rough. I was rough. I went out on Friday night, and if you saw me post, you'll know. By saying I went out and partied on Friday night, what I mean is I went for a family meal. We went down to just local Italians, and because it was my nephew's 18th birthday. I can't believe he's 18. He's my firstborn nephew, but my other nephew will be 18 in August. And then there's just my little niece, Jennifer, who's 15 at the moment. And then they'll all be adults. Just like that. The next generation have grown. Yeah. How the hell did that happen? So, what was I going to start with? Oh, yes. So, Justsewsherrie. Now, I have ummed and ahed. I have got any amount this week. It's been a week. It's been a hell of a week. But I'm actually going to do the one that made me laugh the most. And this isn't a Justsewsherrie. This is a Just So Granddad. This is a Just So Granddad Roger. So my dad, and I'm doing it because it involves James, my nephew, who was 18. Now, I don't know whether I've told you before, but he's been signed by Blythe Town, which means he's getting paid to play football. Not very much, not very much. But he's playing league football nonetheless. And I'm super, super proud of him. And so is my dad. My dad's just cock a hoop that he's getting a few pennies for playing football. So my dad's now convinced he's going to be the next captain of Newcastle United. And I don't doubt he could be. He's a good lad, actually, he is. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a lovely kid. So, my dad has always watched him play football. And this is, sorry, I'm losing my words already. Oh my God. This is no different. So no matter who he's playing for, my dad's gone to watch him. And I've been on occasions. I just can't stand as long because they don't have seats a lot of the times that when he's played, because it's been like kids football and this, that and the other, you know. Now that he's playing for Blythe Town, they do have a stand. So when it's convenient, when he's playing and when it's a reasonable time, I will be going along to watch him for the second half because it means I can sit and watch the game. Anyway, diversifying. So my dad had gone along. It was Tuesday night and I didn't go because it had been a day at work. Really, really. Even if I was able to stand. So my dad goes and he was on his own, watching, not on his own, so the people watching, but he wasn't there with anybody else from the family. Had an awful time. I mean, the team was like 4-0 down, right, by the time me sister, James' mum, rocked up about 15 minutes from the end. And she'd asked somebody, what's the score, how they're getting on? They says, oh, they're brilliant, they're winning, 4-0. James was on the bench actually because he didn't actually get to play, but so he was sitting on the bench. And Joanne went up to my dad and says, oh, good game. And my dad went, it's been awful, Joanne, awful. He says, they're getting beat 4-0. And Joanne was like, I've just been told they're winning 4-0. I mean, this is a bit of a difference. You know, it's not just 1-0, where did that go kind of goal. This is four goals. So, Blythetown's home strip is white. Newton Aycliffe, who weirdly enough is where my brother lives, down in Darlington, so a bit further down south than us, they were playing in blue. Blythetown's training kit is blue. James was sitting on the bench with his training kit hoodie on, which was blue. So my dad just thought, oh, we're the ones in blue. And apparently he was going mental at some of the tackles, and he was like calling for people to be sent off, and it was just... So yeah, it was really funny when we realised that my dad had been supporting the wrong team. All the way through, so poor Granddad Roger, he'd had a traumatic time. Although he was over the moon to discover that we'd eventually won 4-0. Well, actually, I think it was 4-2. But yeah, God, made me laugh. Really made me laugh. So yes, we need to make sure that there's somebody with him, so that he knows which side to support. It was just because James was sitting in blue, so he assumed that the training kit, the home kit, or the kit that Blythe were playing in, was blue. So I think it's an understandable mistake. I do think that, yeah. And I've got a corker of a one for me, but I'll probably leave that till next week. So that is that. So yes, cross stitch. Welcome to this channel about cross stitch, not about daft. Yeah, there's lots of daft things that happen along the way, usually. Yeah, I am shattered. Can you tell? I mean, I only went out till I was home and in bed. Well, no, I was home by 9:30 on Friday night, and but I didn't get to bed till I was gone 11:30. So yesterday I was just, yeah, useless, absolutely useless. And today I went to bed and I was asleep by 7 last night, and I didn't wake up till 6 this morning. So it's like another 11 hours. So I still feel wrecked because I don't know if I've had too much sleep now. God knows. So anyway, let us start on cross stitch before I fall asleep again. I have got a finish. I've got a start and a finish, a very small one, but it is a start and a finish. Should be fully finished, only I'm putting it off because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I've got one new start, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whips, I think. Been a funny week. It has been a funny week. So let us start. So my finish is my blessing sampler. So I'm doing this with Sarah Stonehouse on Instagram. We are doing a monthly Blackbird small, and the theory is to make them into a book by the end of the year. So it'll be a book of blackbirds. However, I have changed my mind. I have changed my mind about this one. I'm going to do another one because I like this, right? And it's bigger than what I would have wanted for the book that I want my book to be. So I'm going to redo, and I was all set. I'd picked another one. I was set to start last night, got it out and everything. It was in the hoop, ready to go. And I just looked at it and I thought, because we're trying to align them with the seasons, if you like. So this is a blessing sampler for January. And the one I had chosen was just like a bird. And I thought, oh, that's got nothing to do with January or winter or anything like that. So I'm going to have to choose another blessing sampler and either do it on 46 count or make sure that the size is smaller than this one. So I am going to change this. So what I've done is I'm going to attempt to make this into what it's meant to be, which is a little like sewing bag. So I've identified me fabrics. So I was ironing all this yesterday. So that's going to be the inside fabric. And I've got a second piece of inside fabric, and then that's going to be the back. So I thought that goes really nice. I'm not sure if this is a French General. I know I got it from Cowslip, but it's lovely. It's really, really lovely. So that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to have to stitch another blessing sampler by the end of January. Because I can't make my mind up. But this was done on, sorry, I should have said, this was done on a one-of-a-kind that I picked up from Marie, Swamp Bay Fabrics. And I did it with Classic Colourworks bandana and Weeks Dye Works Palomino. Now I think, and I haven't done any research on this yet, but I wonder whether this has been, somebody's done this for her and then this has been her practice, because none of them are in order. She's got A, B, C, D, and then down here she's got E and then F following it. And then over here she's got G, H, I, J, K, M, N, and then O, P back up here, O, P, there's no Q, R, S, T. Is there anything else? T. And then there's a V in there, and then she couldn't. Oh no, and then at the top here, X, Y, and there's no Z. So I think she's been having a little bit of a bash, I think. And I could be wrong. I would need to ask those who are much more versed in marking samplers, like Michelle or Linda, to say whether that's what they think or not. I'm just looking, because this is all perfect at the top, just about. And then this is all a little bit haphazard. And it's in a different colour. So yes, I wonder, that's had me pondering this week, whether that's what it is or not. Oh. Right, where am I? Start and finish. Okay, it's time. It's time. It's time. And I've taken it from the book In Friendship's Way by Blackbird. And this is Leona's Strawberry. So yes, I decided to put 2025 in and my initials SD. It's just a sweet little. Because Sarah is doing blackberries and I very unashamedly, totally, what do you call it, hijacked blackberry. So she's doing a berry a month. Only she knows how to make berries. I haven't got a clue. I'm just trying to find the picture to show you. It's not that one. It's that one. There. So I think it'll look really sweet if I can figure out how to make it. This has been done on, I don't know if it's Steinbeck. And I can't remember if I counted it or not. It might be a 40 count or a 36 count. I don't think it's anything lower. I think it's a 40 count. If it's not Steinbeck, it's something very similar to that. So that's what I've done. So wish me luck in making the actual berry. Well, to be fair, it's not the making of it. It's the deciding to make it. Because I'd rather be stitching than finishing. And I'm always dead proud of me stuff. Like when I manage to make something, especially when it's something I've never made before, which are lots of things. It's the putting time into, right, I'm going to do some finishing today rather than where my head goes, which is I just want to stitch today. So yeah, wish me luck. My new start is a one that I'm starting with the gorgeous dog, the Derg, Rachel, Talking Dog Stitcher. We do a 6 monthly sale. This is the 4th one that we've done. And we break them down into 6 monthly sections so that we can have 2 finishes by Christmas. I didn't make the last one. I don't think me or Rachel did. Rosie X Stitches jumped on it and she did. But I don't think either me or Rachel finished it. That was, it was Christmas by the Cricket collection. Yeah, anyway. So this is the one Rachel's chosen, which is Hands-On Design Christmas Folk. So I finally made a start. Now I am in a WhatsApp group with the ladies from the Sampler Guild, and it's a Stitch Every Day group. So it's, if you're going to put a stitch in every day, or you've got to try to put, and the minimum is 3 stitches, you've got to put 3 stitches in at least every single day. And I was thinking about this, and last year I can only remember 2 specific days where I know I didn't put a stitch in. One of them was it the day I drove down to Wembley, down to London, to meet Courtney, and I just didn't put a single stitch in. And I think another one was when I went down to Cornwall. I think there was one day where I didn't put a stitch in. It must have been when I was driving there or driving home. I can't remember, but I remember specifically thinking. So there was only 2 days last year that I didn't stitch on. So this is kind of, can I beat me record, basically. But anyway, I diversified. Within that group, there was chat about hardanger, 22 count hardanger. And, excuse me, Letitia, who owns Corrie's little shop, she was saying she'd gotten some to put in the shop, some to sell. And I was saying how much I loved hardanger, and there was this big conversation about hardanger and is it as tough as Ada, and who'd used it, who hadn't. So anyway, regardless, it inspired me to get my hardanger out that I had. So I made a start on that. So that is, got the light, that is very, very, very bright. Hang on. That's better. So yes, so I've got to do down to, the first section is down to these like stars here. And then the trees are for February. Not the trees, the houses. Oh, there is trees there as well. Come on, Sherrie, get with it. I told you I'm tired. I'm still tired. So this is on 22 count hardanger. It's been done with the Cold 4, which are all DMC. So that's as far as I got. And it's going to be tiny. I don't think I quite realised how small it was going to be. Maybe I would have done it on a 20 count. But anyway, it'll be as cute as a button when it's all done. So that is my start for me and Rachel's regular sell. So that is that one. Right, where do we go next? We go into whips. Go into whips. Oh, I need to get this one finished. So this one, Plum Street, Winter Blessings. Did I tell you I've got gifts? Yeah. Because now that we're in the year of I can gift myself. Well, I'm gifting the things that if I had a husband, that's what he would buy me. And it feels like, because I was on my challenge last year, it feels like I've had a trial separation for a year. Only it hasn't worked out for me. So we're going back with the virtual husband. I'm going to have to take him back because I cannot live I cannot live without him. I cannot live without me fix every month. So yes, I have got gifts again. So this is as far as I am now. When you last saw it, a board. It's better. So when you last saw it, I'd done a couple of leaves. I've done a couple of bits of leaves in this. So basically I've put all the rest of the leaves in, the little buds, the little berries, me 3 birds, and then I've come down and I've started the little lady. But I was making mistakes. I don't know why, I couldn't get this woman to line up with me leaf. But equally, so then I started counting it off the border and I was all wrong again. So I was totally confused by the end. So I think I got it right in the finish, and then I put it down because I was just like, you know, when you just get sick of counting and recounting and just being totally confused. To be fair, that is my life. Sherrie Confused Dodd is my name. So yeah. So I need to get back on this one and get this one finished because it's just a little one. I've just got the reindeer. That's right, because I was going to move on to the reindeer. And when I was counting it off the border, it was wrong. And then I was counting it off her, it would have been wrong against the border. So I gave up. I gave up. So I'll come at that with fresh eyes again. I cannot be the only one that counts and counts and recounts and counts and yeah, gets totally demented by the end. And I'm doing that with all of the called for, which are half. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm doing it with most of the called for, which are half over dyes and half DMC. But this one, I'm doing this red mulberry, and it should be cayenne. I never figured out how to say that. Cayenne. But I just substituted it for another red. I'm busy stitching with it in another project. I can't remember which one it's in, but it's in a different project. And I couldn't be bothered to go hunting, so I just picked a dark red and going with it. Right, what else have I got? Oh, I forgot my pattern. I am still keeping my book of days. I don't know whether any of you guys are doing it, but I've got the Stacey Nash Stitcher's Journal and the book of days so that I can compare. So far, there's bits in both that are pros and cons. So that's me Stitcher's Journal, and that's me book of days. I'm finding that there are some from each that suit me. So I think what I'm going to end up doing by the end of this year, for next year, I think I'm going to make my own. I'm going to make like a bullet journal, if you like. And I'm going to put all the bits in that suit me. Because these squares are too small, or I write too big. It's been a nightmare trying to write really tiny to get them in. But I like the extra room you've got. Oh gosh, I like the extra room you've got on here, and there is another bit down here. So I like that you've got extra room. Whereas this one, I quite like how big they are. They're much easier to write in. And I've got me new starts and finishes down the side, which did work really well for us the last time I've used Book of Days. It's worked well in terms of I can look back and instantly see what have I started, when have I started it, what have I finished, when have I finished it. So at the end of the year, I can tally up what I've done really quite succinctly. It's quite easy to do that. So yes, I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to carry on with these two and see, because there might be other things that I come across that I think, yeah, I like that, but don't like that or whatever. So, right, move that. Next one is Cricket Collection Spring. And where did I get to with this? Oh, not very far. So I'm doing this on, it's Hybrid Gold. Yes, Hybrid Gold, 40 count? 36 count. Hybrid Gold by Swan Bay Fabrics. Oh Marie. And I haven't done a lot more, so this is one of those where you need like 27 colours for one letter, so you can't see it very well because of the colours, because they're so pale, but this is pretty much done. I've got another colour to go in here around the green, and I didn't have, I don't know if I couldn't find it or I couldn't figure out. Yeah, I don't think I could find it. So I've just left it for the moment. But I managed to get most of our hat done and our ribbon and everything put in and the little birdie. And I have now kitted up for the next letter. So that's what I'm trying to do. I just kit up per letter as I go. And even if I can't find all of them, I kit up as many as I can find and I do what I can. And of course, this is where it leads to me still needing to double back and do X, Y or Z. But it's just, it's a pain when I can't find the colour. So I don't want to order one DMC to be delivered, and I don't want to order, sorry, I don't want to go to my nearest place where I can find threads is about a half an hour, about 25-minute journey. So I don't want to go there to buy one DMC, which is just really frustrating. So yeah, this is the problem I have with these crickets, is the amount of colours they've got for each letter that I don't always have to hand, basically. So what I need to do more of, and it's just getting used to it. Val very kindly sent me the DMC card with the actual threads on, so I'm going to try and match a lot more so that I can get them finished and then move on to the next letter, because it's just daft leaving like 6 stitches because I can't find the exact red that I need. So yeah, I don't know how other people do it. How do you all do it when you've got like 3 squares of a colour? Are you what's the word? Are you I was going to say zealot, is that the right word? Are you like, nope, they said 816, I am only going to use 816. Or you more of a flow and go kind of girl, where 816, 369, that's close enough, we'll go with that. Might be a different colour entirely, but hey ho. So anyway, yeah, all that talk about the cricket collection. I do like them though. Well, obviously I wouldn't be doing them if I didn't, but yeah, it's just frustrating how many colours that you need. And bearing in mind, it's even more frustrating because the amount of threads that I've got. I mean, I've got 2 full, allegedly, I've got 2 full sets at DMC, because I've got, the theory was I had a master set in my DMC chest, and I've got them all bobbinated up in here as well, like another full set bobbinated up. So the theory was, if I ran out in there, I would replace from my master set and I would order another one to replace in my master set. That hasn't worked because, I mean, it hasn't worked perfectly because these, the bobbinated ones, it never dawned on me that I would need to, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. I've been sneezing loads recently. I don't know why. I keep thinking, oh, am I going to get cold? But it never materialises. So I've taken a couple of antihistamines a couple of days to see if that helps. But I can't see why I would be getting hay fever in the winter. That doesn't make sense to me anyway. Anyway, back to threads and cross stitch and the matter in hand. So of course the bobbinated ones I then kit up, don't I? I use them. So when I go and find another one, it's not there. I go downstairs and I'll take one out of my master set and think, right, I'll need to replace that. Never, ever, ever happens. So I've now got a half a set up here, half a set downstairs. Some of them in different projects, here, there and everywhere. And bearing in mind I had a clear out, remember, you were with me when I had a bit of a clear out. That made me laugh as well because I de-kitted how many? Loads and loads. And I've spent this week go around kitting things up again because it just makes me happy. It makes me happy to go around kitting things up. I love the organisation that goes with stitching. I really do. There's me saying I don't like the finishing, but hey, I'll happily reorganise for about 7 hours and not consider it dead time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Right, anyway, off I go. Where else have I been? I've been in January. So this is me monthly doings for the for 2026. And I have decided to do these from October House Fibre Arts, the Shepherd's Year. And there's no reason why this shouldn't be finished. Oh, I remember why it shouldn't be finished. This is on the naughty step a little bit. It really is. It's been just a little bit naughty. Now, so when you last saw it, I think I've done like half of the thing. So I've finished off the greens, done the other side, and I've done a whole load more. I've put the stripes in his hat because we think that the hats now. Put the stripes in his little woolly hat. And then I've put a lot more of the blue in. And then what's happened is I've come up here. Now I'm doing this on Storm. I think it's 32 count. I've come up here. This is the middle blue that I'm using. And then the other colour that goes in is meant to be the dark blue. But I can't see very. I must get a ring light. I really must. See if it helps with all this lighting issues. So you can see it's like a cream, like a what colour is it? Is it Skinny Dip? Yeah, it's done with Skinny Dip, of which I have been known to do. So it's done with that. That looks odd to me. It looks totally odd against the fabric that I've chosen and the colours of the blue. So I either change the blue or I change the Skinny Dip. So I think I'm going to change the Skinny Dip because I don't know. My thought was, because that's why I stopped halfway through the blue, my thought was to pull the blue out and put some other colours in. But now I'm wondering whether I should take the Skinny Dip out as well. Maybe I should just design my own. Spend all this time deciding what the designers have done. It doesn't work for me. And to be fair to the designer, this isn't what the design. This is my work. This blue, I changed. If you remember, I changed the pale blue to the mid blue, and put another blue in. So I've gone darker down the scale than the designer, purely because I couldn't see the pale blue on the fabric that I'd chosen. So there's me saying I want to change what the designer's done. It isn't. It's me. I've done it. I just make this stuff up as I go along. I really do. Yes, I need to get on to that and get that finished, because that needs to be done by the end of January as well. I'm not doing very well on me must-dos this month. I just can't seem to get, what's the word, motivated to do the things that I have to do. I just want to mess about doing things that I want to do rather than what I have to do. I'm not very good at doing what I'm told, basically. So, The Light of Winter by Brenda, Brenda, with Thy Needle and Thread. Now, how far did I get on this? This is starting to look pretty. It's got some really pretty colours in. You see, I don't change Brenda's colours. You obviously agree with Brenda's colours. And watch next week, I'll have changed one of them. So this is as far as I am. So when you last saw it, I think I'd started the bird, I'd done 2 of the trees, and I'd done 1 of the angels. So I have I done any more of the border? I don't think I have. Or if I have, it's a very small amount of border that I've done. I've basically finished the tree, done the other angel, put this little motif in, this tree. I've basically tried to work in this corner, so everything that's in that corner, bit like how you Q-snap stitches seem to, like you do what you can see and then you move your Q-snap. I can't get away with Q-snaps. And it makes, like, how we all have different things. Like, people swear by, there's some people swear by Q-snaps. I swear by a hoop. And there's others stitch in hand, you know, others use millennium frames, or that, like scroll frames, I should say, that type of frame. Isn't it funny how we all have our own ways of doing things? So anyway, yes, this is as far as I am. Now I'm doing this on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R. Loving this fabric and the palette. I think it's meant to be done on, is it Brenda's brew? Oh, no, Winter Brew. This is Winter Brew, isn't it? It is. It's the cold fall. No wonder it looks right. Have I said that before? Did I know it was the cold fall? Because I remember there was one, I was feeling very smug that I'd done the cold fall, but I couldn't remember if that was deliberate or not. So yeah, this is why you should just do what the designer says. So basically, my colours in my shepherd's year are totally wrong because the fabric's totally wrong. I should have just done it on what they said, and then I would be pleased with the outcome. Although I forgot to say as well, that shepherd's year, I think I'm going to change the green of the arbour. I don't like the green. It's like a limey green. That just doesn't work for me. I should have said as well, I'm doing this with all of the cold fall. This is another one that's half overdyes and half DMC. I just find that really weird. I just do. Although, I don't know whether I should give up on my 12 and 12. Because every year, so my 12 and 12 this year was the shepherd's year. I'm just going to go backwards a little bit. And I did the beginning part of each of the arbours. for my 12 and 12 this year. But I don't like the green. It's a lime green and I just don't like it. Because I have got some more threads on the way from Rachel, as well as one or two patterns of my lovely virtual husband. Now I've welcomed him home. Light of winter, love stitching on that, I really do. Now this one, haven't done a huge amount, but I have tried to keep my hand in. So Historical Sampler Company, and it's the Red Pot Sampler. My mum was out earlier. And I'd like to, I need to let you all know as well, they've got blinds now. Thank you. I don't know whether they have blinds and they just were at a weird angle or what, but yeah, they've got blinds in the kitchen. Thank goodness. So no more heart attacks for this little old lady. EDMA, I need to get out more. It kills us though when I go out, that's the problem. So this is where I am. This is Steinbeck. This is 40 count Steinbeck. I love this. And I may or may not have a little sneaky 40 count Steinbeck that I've kind of strong-armed somebody into getting this. But yeah. And there might even be some for you if you wanted to buy it. I don't know. There might be. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Watch this space. But yeah, so this is 40 count Steinbeck, which I've decided I cannot live without in my fabric collection. And I'm just doing it with the cold floor. Cold floor? It's not a cold floor. The cold floor 221 DMC. And since you've saw it, is that any kind of grammar? I feel like I'm going into like hysteria kind of mode. I don't know if any of you, well no, I know lots of you are nurses or ex-nurses, and if you've done night shift before, you hit that, it's usually about, well, it was about 3 AM for me, where I'm so tired and you hit that brick wall where everything's just funny, and it's almost like being drunk, literally like punch drunk, and I feel a little bit like that. I went out for one meal, for God's sake. Sherrie. Dear me. So anyway, what have I done here? I've finished the Y and the Z melody. You don't need to get on to us because I've finished the Y and the Z. I've done me more of the border. This took some doing, and I don't know why, but I struggled to count on this one. I must have had a really dodgy counting week because I just struggled to count. So basically, and I've done this border, and I was halfway through this last night, I think it was, when I fell asleep. Well, when I gave up. Yeah, I think that's what I was stitching on. It's coming on though, isn't it? It's looking good. It's looking really good. Love a red stitch. Love me a red stitch. I need to go and get some of mine framed as well, so that I can actually get them up. Because I think it inspires. It'll inspire me that I can actually do this stuff. Does anybody else feel like that? Even though you're doing it, you think, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. No, I'm going to do that. Right, now this one has had my heart this week. So this is Winter Rose Manor. As you know, I did a restart on 36 count Winter Brew. Is it this one that should have been done with Brenda? Yeah, so this one was meant to be Brenda's Brew linen. I've never had Brenda's Brew, so I don't know how it compares to Winter Brew. But I mean, it looks, to me, it looks about the same as the picture. But this one really has had me heart this week for some reason. I've struggled to settle on a stitch. Since I finished, I think, the pot sampler, I've struggled to hone in on a focus piece. I think that's me. And this is the only one that's come close to becoming my focus piece. So this is where I am. So what have I done? Oh, I did that little motif. Now I did order some threads. Because on here I had, oh, where are they? Oh, I think I've taken it off. So the cream of that pot is roasted marshmallow. The same as these and the same as the white down here. You can see this, can't you? And you can clearly see them. You can see them even better in real life, but you can't see that one. Now what I did was I had 2 roasted marshmallows, and I remembered, because I remembered whinging about it to use, saying that I'd ordered 2 roast marshmallows. One was cream, the other one was like pinky, like a conch or a linen colour. And I was kicking off saying, why would you do that? If you ordered 2 threads from the same place, why would you give them 2, which are obviously from different dye lots? And it doesn't matter which dye lot it's from, give me the same. That's, you know. So anyway, I ordered some more roasted marshmallow. I needed some more thread, so I've ordered them between Peakside and Rachel because neither of them had everything that I wanted. So of course that meant I had to have gifts to go alongside the threads. So anyway, I have gone with the creamier roasted marshmallow because the 2 that arrived from Sue go with this colour. So I think it's the pinky one that's been a little off rather than this one. So I'm going to go back. Long story short, I'm going to go back. Long story short? Long story as long as I can make it, basically. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to frog this and I'm going to put a little creamy pot in so you can see it a little bit more. But yeah, it all came flooding back, the anger about why, excuse me, about why you would send two threads. I just don't get it. And I've got another bit of a whinge about some of my gifts as well. Devastated, absolutely devastated. Hold that thought though. So anyway, basically I've done all of the fence and I've started on here. This has become my easy stitch. Now that I've started this, I can I'm going to do some more of the trees, and it means whenever I'm if I finish work and I'm tired but I want to stitch on this, it means I've got some block stitching to do. I don't know if I'd finished yeah, I think I had finished the border the last time you saw this. And I've printed out the rest because I only had enough printed out to here. So I've printed out the rest of the pattern so that I can start and come to the end, and that's going to give me my corners, if you like. So it means I can dip about a bit more. I can't believe how small it is though. I don't know why in my head I've built it up into being this mammoth stitch, and it's not. But it is one of those that, I think because it was one of my first patterns when I discovered this community and all these gorgeous designers that I didn't even know existed. I think it was because I got it early on and I looked thinking, I'll never be able to do that. I will never be able to do that. And now I'm looking at it thinking, it's quite small. Why was that? But yeah. Is there anybody else? Anybody else feel like that? Or at the beginning of your journey, kind of? Because let's be honest, we weren't born with all of these done, were we? You know, we had to learn. Although, to be fair, I think my friend Sherrie, she started cross stitching on a full coverage, like a this size full coverage, like yeah. And there are people that have started on linen, 40 count linen, and they've just gone with it, and I think that's brilliant. But I just, nah, my imposter syndrome was like, no. So yes, that is the one that's got my heart at the moment. Another two, and then I'll tell you about me frustrations with gifts. Yes. So this one is Modern Folk Embroidery. Forget Me Not. This is my 50th birthday stitch. Yeah. And I pulled this out. I found a meditative place in this week. I've had a crap day at work again. It's just been a week, it really has. Yeah, it's just been the week from, yeah, until Friday. Yes, no, it wasn't yesterday, it's because I'm thinking I'm still on Saturday. Friday afternoon, Claire, my boss, just went, she'd had to do some stuff in the morning, take the dog to the vets and this, that and the other. Oh, so anyway, she came back and says, right, get yourself away. And this was at like 12 o'clock. I says, and she says, no, just put your time in. She says, you said you've been really sore this week. Call it a reasonable adjustment. See you on Monday. Bye. I was like, oh. Now you know when you're working for a good boss is when they do things like that, because it had been a crap week for both of us. So yeah. Anyway, this is where I am. It's starting to look fairly big, isn't it? This is on 40 count. Imagine on 32 count. It would be a blanket. It would be a quilt cover. So what have I done this week? So I have basically done all of this. This was after work one day, and it was the first time I felt in the zone of meditative stitching this week. And I think it was Wednesday. It might have been Monday or Wednesday. I remember hitting that, yeah, zone. But it's not. And I had a little look at the picture as well. I've just done with it. I showed you it, didn't I? It's not a million miles away from the bottom. But you've got the Forget Me Not medallion here. And of course, I'm now debating what colour to put it in, because I didn't have enough pain choosing the other three colours. So yes, I'm doing it with Gentle Art Suit, Weeks Dye Works White Lightning, and Weeks Dye Works King Mackerel. And I'm thinking about putting it in navy, because navy looked quite good. I did test a navy, and it looked quite good. But while I'm not sure, I'm just cracking on with the rest of the stitching and trying not to get myself bogged down by colour chasing again. But it's going to look good, isn't it? My lounge is like grey and like a rose gold, like very light pink. So, and I think this one will be an inspirational, if I look at it and go, God, I did that. It's like people who do like long dogs and who've done like pandemic, modern folks pandemic and all that. those like really, really, really mammoth stitches, I don't think I could do one of them. To be fair, it's not that I couldn't do it, I suppose, because stitching, if you keep stitching on the same thing, eventually you're going to finish it. That's pretty, what's the word? Not intuitive, what's the word? If you keep stitching on the same thing, eventually you're going to finish it. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to keep that. I like my little quotes, especially when they come from me. Oh, there's my bloody picture. So yes, so this is the one I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, and there's the Forget Me Not one. There's still a lot to go. I'm probably halfway, just over halfway, I would say. Maybe about 60%, 55%, something like that. But yeah, I've kind of forgotten where I was. So the long dogs and the really, really mammoth stitches, I can imagine once you've got one of those on your wall, you would feel invincible, wouldn't you? You would feel like you can just do anything, absolutely anything. That's how I would feel anyway. Speaking of feeling invincible, my last one, and I didn't stitch on her last week. I took her out of my rotation. I didn't stitch on her. I think because I don't want to end it. But my Snow Queen, Mirabilia, and she's normally my Saturday stitch. So I did stitch on her yesterday. I just didn't stitch on her last Saturday. So by rights you should be seeing 2 days progress, but it's not. It's only one. Right, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Trying to get these things clipped up. Move this out the way. Right. There. You can see, can't you? Can you see the sparkle? So what have I done since you saw her? Well, basically I've done a braid. So I've come down here and we've done there. I'm getting it so you can actually see the sparkle. So it comes round here. It's another little one, and then it sparkles all the way down. And then she's got a big sparkle here with the bobble. I'm not sure what other countries call it. I call it a bobble, but hair bobble, hair tie, something like that maybe. And then a little bit at the end. And then she's got these little twigs with little things coming out. And then I finished these white ones down here that go into the harlequin check. It's so slow though. That yesterday, all of that, I suppose it is all of that, must have took me about 5 hours. Just so slow going, so slow. Oh, and of course you haven't seen, because I finished off all of her. Have you seen since I finished it off? Yes, you have. I'm making it up now. Yes, you have. But she's looking fab, isn't she? And now I was looking for some of her on Instagram because I wanted to check. Can you remember I said there was the 3 little things, and that I'm doing everything as I go down. So there was some random one-offs missing in our braid. So I did do everything. So her braid is now totally complete. I don't need to do anything else on it. I think the same up here, apart from her earring, which we've talked about because it's the big treasure that goes in. But there was 3 here, 3 little up here. And they are bright cerise. The colour was bright cerise. So I wanted to find some on Instagram to just double check. I mean, obviously I've done all of this. I know what I'm doing, following a pattern. But it just seemed weird to have 3 pink ones in amongst all the blue. So I had a look, I could only find one, but it did have the pink in, and I thought, well, oh well, that's, and it looks fine. I don't know what it's meant to be, but it looks good. But there was only maybe 1 or 2 of her that I could find. There was a lot of nightingales. And there was a couple of Cinderellas. And then there was just mainly like the older ones. I can't remember what they're called. The lady with all the like funny hair. She's got like, it comes out here. It's got like the hair cascading down like flowers. There was a few ones like that. But yeah. But I found the best ones were the ones that had taken little videos. Rather than just the photo, they've taken little videos so you can move it and see the beads and the sparkle. So that's given me an idea what to do on Instagram anyway. Because like I say, I've said years before, it's a shame you can't see a lot of the sparkle. You can't, like the reindeer. That's better, you can see a little bit. But I mean, in real life, she looks amazing. She really does. She's beautiful. And I know for a fact, once it's done, I'll be like, I didn't do that. There is no way I could do anything like that. And I think that's why I've suddenly stopped wanting to stitch on her, because I'm frightened to finish it. I've always said, you know, I'm more frightened of success than I am of failure. And I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I really am. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are all of my whips. That's all my stitching, I should say, for the week. Okay, one moment and I will come back and show you my gifts. Right, let's have a look at the things I got, the things I love, and the things I'm sitting in the pause. I am sitting in a pause. Walker Sisters I got from Trudy. Is it Jeff P. Smith, I think, on eBay? So I don't think I showed you this week. I don't think I showed you this last week. But I can't find my email because I got 2 things from them and I got... Oh, is it the berries? Yeah, I think it was the berries maybe that I got from them. Anyway, I got the Walker Sisters. And that then led to me instantly kitting up said Walker Sisters. So I had some of them. But the others I got, the ones that I've got here, I got from Peakside. Because like I say, between Peakside and Talking Dog. So I'm still waiting for Rachel's, but I only ordered hers yesterday, I think. Peakside has got something I have hunted for a long time. Now, a couple of you ladies told me to check Colorado cross stitcher when I said, have you seen this anywhere? And to be fair, it's been sitting in my cart that long. I've never gotten round to it, but I got 40 count winter moon. Yes! Over the bloody moon, over the winter moon is what I'm over. I'm chuffed to bits to get my hands on this and not have to pay for postage. So alongside that, obviously, couldn't get just a couple of threads and a bit of fabric. I mean, it would be rude. So I got this Note of Love, Hannah Rome. Running with Needles and Scissors. I was trying to figure out where the hell it's come from. Running with Needles and Scissors. I also got, because I'm really enjoying the winter blessings, I like this. I spotted this and I was like, oh, I need to have that. So of course there's bound to be an autumn and a winter kicking about, so I'm going to have them as well. But isn't that lovely? Just much more delicate than the winter one. And then I invested. I think I might have told you a little bit. I told you that I might have had some material coming from, fabric coming from Examplair Designs. So they're in, is it Bulgaria? Adida? Are you watching? Is it Bulgaria? Somewhere? It's kind of Eastern European, I think, somewhere, somehow. It's kind of abroad, basically. I was going to say, I think my geography is as good as Donald Trump's, but let's be honest, it's far superior. And better than mine down crap with geography. So, I'm a little bit peeved. In fact, I'm a lot peeved. But I don't know, I've got to look at my part in this, right? So I ordered 4 pieces of linen. I got 40 count. My little dove. Because I was saying, didn't I, that I didn't have any sort of blues and greys in 40 count. So I was just building up my stash again. And so that's that one. I don't want to lose the tabs. This one is 40 count Frosty Aqua. This is lovely. And it was because I did the pot sampler on one of their fabrics, and I think that was why I did it to completion fairly quickly, because the fabric was just a dream to stitch on. So that's Frosty Aqua, again 40 count. And then I thought, well, I'll get a couple of 46 counts as well, because they seem to be me bag at the moment. And it arrived. So this is grey sand. Perfect. Lovely mottle. Perfect. And this one is light khaki. Again, really lovely fabric. Lovely colour, lovely everything. So why am I peeved? Because these two are even weave. I don't like even weave. I don't like the feel of it. There's something, I don't know. Give me linen. I love the feel of linen. I just can't bear the feel of even weave. And I don't know why. And this is super soft. I mean, it's beautiful fabric, don't get me wrong. But I thought, how could I have made a mistake like that? I've had this fabric in my cart for about, Christ, 4 months or something. And I've been umming and ahhing, and then eventually I pressed the button, and when they've come, 2 of them are fabrics that I hate, basically. So I had a look back on their websites and Etsy site. And it's the same as usual. You've got your things at the top. You've got your notions, your Ada, your 20 count, your linen, your even weave. You've got, so all blocked off. So I'd gone into linen, and then in there I'd put in 46 count or 40 count, whatever it is, and brought it all up. And that's where I've ordered it from. I should look closer, because what it says is, if I can find it, excuse me, because I was thinking, obviously I've ordered it, so I went back and checked my my orders to see what, was it me that made the mistake. Now let me have a look. Okay, so here's the thing. Hand-dyed linen, 40 to 46 count, yes? And there you've got hand-dyed even weaves. So obviously I don't want even weave. So I went into hand-dyed linen, 40 to 46 count. And that's linen. Of course I can't find it now. So I've found it now. So basically, when I shop on my phone, so you can see there, it does say Verdal even weave. So that is entirely my responsibility because I haven't read it correctly. So I have ordered even weave. They haven't got the order incorrect or anything like that. So my bugbear is that they've got a thing for even weave. And they've got a thing, like a section, for linen. Why have you put the even weave in the linen? That's my bugbear. I haven't read it correctly, but I don't think I thought in any... Well, I obviously didn't read it correctly. That you know, this is on me. But equally, I'm frustrated that I assume I was shopping in linen, for linen. And that's it. So I don't want to be arsey and send off a, you know, a sort of message, this is your fault, because it's not, it's half my fault. I'm frustrated with myself that I haven't read it correctly. But equally, I'm a little bit frustrated with them for not putting things in the correct section. So I think that's where I am. And do I send an email? Because I know me, I've got to sit in the pause, I've got to calm down, because I think I'm more angry at myself for messing up. And all I can think is, can I stitch on these? Will I be able to stitch on these? I think the answer is, once I calm down, yes. I'm just really disappointed that I'm so dense that I didn't read correctly. And there's me saying I've got superior knowledge to Donald Trump. Although to be fair, apparently he can't read. Or the rumours. Anyway, I also got a little bit of a freebie. And this is, when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. So this has come, and this is, I don't know if it's one of a new colour, but it's autumn gold. It's lovely. It's a bit, you're not seeing it there. It's a real, that's better. It's a real bright yellow. It's really pretty. So the colours and the linen are wonderful. No complaints at all about any of them. The even weave, I'm frustrated. The colours are fab. But I'm annoyed at myself. So, yeah, when you're shopping on Etsy, note to self, make sure you read the listing, not just assume it's in the correct place. Frustrating, but lesson learned, I suppose. And breathe, Sherrie. I love X2 fabrics, I do. And I instantly went to order more. That's how annoyed at them I am. I was like, no, I need some more because I need the correct ones. So I don't really, because I don't want to de-stash it. Especially, I mean, it's lovely and I wouldn't get the money that I paid for it, but yeah, I'm going to have to order some more. But I have identified a company in Australia that I quite like. Is it 12 Stitch Co? Something like that. And they've got some really lovely linens as well. So I'm thinking about having a little bit of a look down under. Yeah. I mean, Courtney's allegedly, my daughter's allegedly going to go and live in Australia for a year. I cannot wait. So I can order from the Cruel Groblin and everything else to get it sent to her. I still haven't got me Hannah Whitaker because I told her to hang on to it until I order more stuff. And then she can send it all together. So yeah. So forward look. I've got that many big projects on the go. I need to make a focus piece. So I need to decide, is it Light of Winter? Is it my Red Stitch? Is it, what do you call it? Forget me not. I've forgotten. Or Winter Rose Manor. I need to pick one of them to focus on, because I'm just doing like a teeny bit of all of them, and I think that's where I'm getting frustrated, that I don't seem to be getting any real progress. Maybe a monogamous week is coming up. Maybe I should do once every, I have to work it out, when did me and Sarah do a week of monogamy? Maybe I'll do it twice a year, 6 months apart. Might do a regular week of monogamy, just to try and get some real progress on one of them. I mean, have you seen Chris, the camping stitcher? She is so quick. I mean, the stuff she stitches. If I could stitch as fast as her, I'd be happy. But I mean, she's like got things done in like, she would have Light of Winter done in a week, easy. I knew there was a reason I hated her. Sorry, really liked her. No, she is a lovely woman, actually. She's the sort of lady, if I ever went to America, I would like to meet her. Anyway, where am I? So yes, forward look. I just need it, and I need to get all my things finished for January. Need to get me January stuff done. My hands-on design for Rachel, because she's done. She's been done for a couple of weeks. It's never been known where Rachel's been, that's it, that's my job done, and I haven't even started. So I need to get that done. I need to get on with me cricket winter and me spring, because the theory was to try and do 2 letters. So I need to get that done. This is me just talking in my head, by the way. I'm just, yeah. Well, I'm not talking in my head, I'm talking out loud. I'm talking to yous, but I'm talking out loud. Now, final thought. I have thought long and hard about this. Now, there was a saying that, a quote that I used a couple of weeks ago, when it said, I'm sure it was Desmond Tutu, had said, if you're staying neutral in a time of prejudice or something, you're siding with the oppressor. And I thought, you know, it's been sitting with me that I need to take my own medicine, basically. And I realise this is Flosstube and I don't want to be particularly political. However, I think by saying nothing, nowhere, I'm siding with the oppressor. And that, to me, doesn't sit right. So, my daughter's over in America. She's living in America for a little while. And she's mixed race. And it's scary, the political situation, not the political situation, but the boots on the ground, the ice. This is really scary. And I did speak to her a week ago and say, you know, is everything all right? Are you okay? And all I can think is, Courtney, just stay in the house. Just don't go out. Number one, she's English. And number two, she's black, you know. So, to them, she's black. So it's really, really scary. And I think, as a man, it's up to me to speak up and say, do you know what, this is wrong. This is wrong. This whole thing is wrong. And I'm not talking about political sides in terms of whether you believe the immigration policies or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. Politically, everyone's got their own opinion, and that's fine. It's exactly what it is. But when you've got boots on the ground covering their faces and assaulting people and dragging people away and shooting people, that's wrong. That is wrong on every level. And I have to be honest and say, I don't want to be friends with anybody who agrees with that. I don't. Like I say, you know, politics in America are your own politics. I'm English, it's got nothing to do with me. But there was a quote the other day that I saw, and it was from Anne Frank, and she was saying, like, they're coming tearing people apart and dragging people away from their families and this, that and the other. And it really spoke to me. And I thought, you know, I'm another one that I'm just sitting here saying nothing. I've got my own opinions, but publicly I'm not saying anything. So I am very publicly now saying, I think what is happening with the ICE situation specifically is wrong. I really do. And I hope something is done to legitimise the situation. Like I say, I've got no sort of argument with your political stance on immigration. That's none of my business. But it needs to be done legally. It needs to be done correctly. And so, final thought for this week. There was a post on Instagram, a little video on Instagram, and it was a little boy of some sort of Far Eastern heritage. I don't know if it was Chinese or Indonesian or something. And he was sitting in the back of the car and he was crying his little eyes out. He must have been about 8 or 9. And he was telling his mum how they were playing soccer, sort of football, is what you call it. And people were saying to him, go back to your own country. What you doing here? You're an illegal immigrant. Get away. Get back. And these are children. These are children saying this stuff to this. And this little boy was absolutely breaking his heart. God love him. So there was a comment on their post, and it was from EENAAINK, and I'm just going to read the first bit because I read it and I thought, yeah, I like that. So my final thought for today, which is obviously around the situation, yeah. I'm sorry, Max. If you ever read this, remember this, please. People who truly feel secure and confident don't need to prove themselves or tear others down. Real strength doesn't announce itself. It stays calm. Bye for now.